Pangarap ang nagsisilbitan lang sa madilim na yugto ng buhay. Kakambal ang determinasyon at paniniwala sa pagkabit ng matamis na tagumpay. Ito ang buhay ng isang propesor na nangarap, nanalig at nagsumikap upang maabot ang mga hingin sa buhay. Saksihan natin ang buhay ni Professor Ben Andres.
Ako si Ben Andres, 60 years old, at electronics engineer by profession. Actually, ang aking nagmulan ay medyo malungkot. Lumaki kami isang baryo ng Lupao, Nueva Ecija, at doon ay nakatira kami sa gitna ng bukid na kung saan pag kami pumapasok sa eskwelahan, kailangang bagtasin namin ang kabukiran, mga almost 5 kilometers, ganun. Galing ako sa broken family. Ang aking ama kasi, nasirang ama, ay isang foreman ng construction na medyo may pagka-womanizer kung saan siya madistino, nagkakaroon ng relasyon. Kaya nung medyo mapuno na yung aking nanay, hindi uwi kami sa Nueva Ecija. Kaya kami natira sa gitna ng bukid kung saan doon kami lumaki. Nung second year high school, nung mamatay ang aking tunay na ama, ay nawalan na kami ng konting sustento, kung kaya't natigil din ako ng pag-aaral. 5 taon na akong hindi nag-aaral noon at gumagawa na lang din sa bukid kung ano-anong trabahong makakatulong lang sa aking nanay. Nagkaroon niya ako ng stepfather at taga San Fernando, La Union siya. At doon, maraming pwedeng pagkakitaan sa San Fernando, La Union. At ang isang naging parte ng aking buhay doon ay nung ako'y ipasok sa construction ng Central Bank of the Philippines bilang regular na laborer. Nagtrabaho ako sa Central Bank of the Philippines at nung matapos yung project na yun, isinama ako sa Maynila ng aking mga project engineers. Atlantic Gulf and Pacific na Central Bank project, nag-umpisa ako bilang junior carpenter, gumagawa ng mga temporary office ng mga project engineers, gumagawa ng mga scaffoldings. Kung minsan naman ay ang kasama sa aking trabaho, nagiging kantero o mason ang tawag din sa amin noon, yung mga nagsisimento. So, yun yung aking naging trabaho sa Atlantic Gulf and Pacific noon. Nung dalhin niya ako ng agency rito sa Maynila, nagpasya akong mag-aral 3rd year high school. At tinapos ko yung high school ko in 3 more years. Meron akong kaklaseng nag-invite sa akin para kumuha ng entrance exam sa PUP. Sumama ako sa kanya. Maswerte namang naipasa ko, kaya nagpasya akong ang kuhanin, electronics engineering. Yun yung umpisa nun. Uwi ako ng Nueva Ecija ulit, naktigapas sa Anihan para magkaroon lang ng pang-enroll sa second year. Second year college, mga around 23, ganyan na ako noon. Mga 23 years old na ako. At katunayan niya nun, kinakantsawan ako ng mga kaklase ko. Kasi may edad na raw ako, bakit hindi na lang vocational ang kuhanin ko? Kaya lang, parang determinado ako. Nung nasa gitna ako ng bukid, madilim, merong bumagsak na bulalakaw, yung falling star ba, at nag-wish ako.
balang araw, magiging engineer din ako.
Kaya parang pinanghawakan ko yun na sa aking pangarap, sa aking goal sa buhay. Parang pinanindigan ko na rin. Ang aking trabaho ay may kinalaman sa pag-print production ng mga instructional materials. Na pang-electronics engineering. Dahil yung aking professor na may-ari no. Kaya habang ginagawa ko, natututo rin ako. At yung medyo negatibong epekto nga, kulang ka sa tulog, na kung papasok ka as a regular student, may mga pagkakataong inaantok pa sa klase, at ang performance mo siyempre, medyo nag-degrade din. Napapabayaan yung konting mga academic requirements. Pag ganun gusto kong magkaroon ng sapat na oras sa pag-aaral, so kailangang balansehin ko lahat ng aking commitment. O siyempre dito, na nakapagtapos ako, dahil walang ibang eskwelahan noon na talagang makakapagtapos ka ng engineering, kung hindi dahil lang sa PUP. At naging mapalad din ako na ako ang isa sa dalawang unang na-produce na engineer ng PUP. Ako yung naging unang alumnus na naging department head ng electronics engineering. Ganon din, kauna-unahan din akong naging alumnus na naging dekano ng College of Engineering. Family-oriented dahil doon. At ganon din, sa hirap sa buhay, hindi dapat maging hadlang yun para sa ating ambisyon. Sasamahan lang ng ating pagtsatsaga, susumikap, siyempre, yung ating spiritual na aspeto, huwag kakalimutan. Naakibat ko sa definition ng success. Na yung success, considered na acronym, yung S, seeing myself as a successful me. Na ako, yung U, unique, hindi ko kino-compare sa iba. So, unique as me. Pagkatapos, C, I consider C as controlling myself. Then another C for success is complying myself to be an achiever. Ganon. And yung E, I'm educating myself. Kasi sabi nga nila, learning is a continuing process. At yung S, sinasatisfy ko yung aking sarili, ano yung aking commitment, lahat ng aking commitment. At yung last S, yung sacrifice. Yun yung definition ko ng success.
Ang buhay ay tila isang malaking entablahan kung saan kailangan ipakita ang pambihirang kakayanan para umani ng matatamis na pagbati at tropeyong higit pa sa material na bagay ang halaga. Yan ang pinatunayan ng kwento ng buhay ni Professor Ben Antes.
Hi, I'm Engineer Florinda H. Oquindo, Director of the Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. The role of our office is to keep connections among students and alumni, provides complete range of services to students, alumni, and employers in the area of career development, graduates and professional schools preparations, employee relations, and campus recruitment. We also provide alumni and students with the tools and resources to help find success in all professional endeavors. To all freshmen, please come and visit us
Doon sa sa e-project.
at N209
Yung kay
North
Sartana,
Second
sa ganyan ka lang. Di ko alam kung paano yung attendance. Hindi ko mag-screenshot ka na lang.
A pleasant morning, everyone. Welcome to the PUP Balik Sinta webinar series. So for today, we will be having another speaker, but of course, we don't want to preempt the topic and who the speaker is. So with that, let's start with the prayer to be followed by the Philippine National Anthem.
Noon pa man, malaki na ang naging bahagi ng mga kababaihan sa lipunang Pilipino. Kaisa sila sa marubdob na paghahangad ng kalayaan ng ating lahi. Kabilang sila sa paglinang ng ating makulay na sining at mayamang kultura. Kasapi sila sa pagtataguyod ng mga adhikain ng kapwa mamamayan at sa pagtugon sa mga pangangailangan ng lipunan. Katuwang sila sa pagtuklas sa mga larangan ng agham at medisina. Kapanalig sila sa pagpapairal ng batas, karapatan at katarungan para sa lahat. Kabahagi sila sa paglilingkod sa bayan at sa pagpapanatili ng demokrasyang Pilipino. Sa paglipas ng panahon, hindi nagmaliw ang kanilang pag-ibig sa ating inang bayan. Mga kababayan, ito ang alay ng mga kababaihang Pilipino para sa bayan. Tumayo po tayong lahat at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Ayaw magiging pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dilim mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, dulot na ng magiging, sa manlulupin, di ka masisingil. Sa lahat ng tulog sa singer at sa langit mong bahag, may ginagang tula at awit sa tunay ang minamahal. Ang isang ng patawad mo'y tagumpay na naglilingin, ang bituin at araw na kailan pa may madilim. Lumalang araw ng 100% buhay ay langit sa tingin mo.
Again, pleasant morning to everyone. Let me introduce myself to all. I am Ma'am Emmy Abayan Perez, the current Chief of the Alumni Relations Services here at PUP. Of course, our office is under ARCDO, or the Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. So to continue, let us hear the welcome remarks of our PUP President, Dr. Manuel M. Muhi. Sir, good morning.
A pleasant day to everyone, to our university executive officials, VP Tom Testor, deans and directors, department heads, AVP Floro Quindo, OJT coordinators, fellow faculty members, and to all our guest speakers, and most importantly, to our beloved students. Welcome and thank you for attending the Balik Sintang Paralan activity. Thank you to ARCDO for organizing and hosting this event, which provides a great opportunity for the university to continue to engage with our alumni. Our alumni, as stakeholders, will always play a critical role in fostering a culture of excellence at our university. Their voices are very important and significant in pointing us in the right direction, being key contributors to their respective industries, and we recognize their roles as our university's ambassadors. I believe that our alumni are always eager to give back to their alma mater, and this webinar series provides an excellent opportunity for them to do so. Thank you to all of our alumni guest speakers for taking the time to mentor your fellow scholar ng bayan. Your many stories of tribulations and triumphs will undoubtedly inspire our students who want to follow in your footsteps and use education to achieve success. Your presence here today sends a message of hope to all PUPians that despite many limitations, it is possible to rise and that success is within reach with hard work, determination, discipline, and drive. To all of our student participants, may you be inspired and learn from our guest speakers who have already walked the path you're about to take. Listen to the valuable lessons they are about to share, ask questions, and take advantage of this opportunity to gain an understanding of the topics they will be discussing. Always remember that the first step toward achieving one's goals is to learn from others, followed by the courage to apply what you have learned in your own life. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, kaya huwag kayong matakot mangarap sapagkat kung mayroon kayong courage at saka determination and you keep on trying, I am sure na makakamit ninyo ang mga magagandang pangarap. Kagaya ng ating mga matatagumpay na alumni na magbabahagi ng kanilang mga karanasan bilang scholar ng bayan. May you, like our successful alumni, finally find the path you want to take and believe that you can be the best at it. And may you never forget the words of our PUP hymn, gagamitin ang karunungan mula sa iyo para sa bayan. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay ang Sintang Paralan at pagpalain po tayo ng Panginoong May Kapal.
Thank you so much, Sir Bong Muhi, President Manuel M. Muhi, for that message. And of course, we would also like to thank him because yesterday we were able to meet him together with our speaker. All right. So at this juncture, we are already full in our Zoom platform. So may we request perhaps the other engineering students to shift to the FB Live for your classmates. Baka nagpapanik na sila, hindi sila makapasok sa Zoom. So please tell your classmates that we are also live via Facebook, PUP Alumni FB page po. So pwede po tayong manood din doon at mag-raise ng questions later kay ma'am sa ating pong speaker. And of course, we would like to acknowledge the presence of Chair Kenneth, Sir Kenneth Brian Tana, the chairperson of the Civil Engineering Department, and I guess Dr. Ado, Dean Ado, also of the College of Engineering, will be with us later. And all the other, Sir Rolito Mahaguay, the other chairpersons. So I am sure they are, if they are not in the Zoom platform, perhaps they are with our FB Live. So again, at this juncture, Engineer Florinda Oquindo, our director, is attending a special event at the moment. So let me just go directly to the introduction of the speaker. All right, so our speaker for today is an alumna of Rizal High School in Pasig City. And of course, our Sintang Paaralan. She is a proud graduate of Civil Engineering, batch 1989, together with our PUP president, Dr. Manuel M. Muhi, or we call him as Sir Bong in PUP. They are in fact close friends, and they are still in communication until today. Our speaker has over 30 years of experience in real estate development. She had an exciting start in project management with a strong pipeline of iconic projects such as the Manila Peninsula, Grand Boulevard Hotel, and the Philippine chain of Days Hotels. Her biggest break came when the renowned Bovis Land Lease International got her with their massive infrastructure works at the Bonifacio Global City in the year 2000. She had a vital role in the development of Bonifacio High Street, the Unified Philippine Stock Exchange Tower, and all other best-in-class underground facilities and utilities. She is likewise one of the developers of BGC Arts Center and Greenway, Track 30th, Pera 28th, and the Burgos Circle. At present, she is the director of the Fort Bonifacio Development Corporation. She is considered as the master planner and developer of the thriving, clean and green, and picturesque BGC that we all know today. So this is very personal also for me since I visited BGC many times and I am sure this is correct. Okay, so BGC is of course known as the leading central business and lifestyle district. She also serves as a director for technical services, business development, and sustainability, and the general manager of the Bonifacio Water Corporation. With all those achievements that she has reaped all throughout these years, she has remained humble, kind, and down to earth. So without further ado, let us welcome our speaker, one of the brains behind the improvement and beautification of BGC, Engineer Rosella Lioterio Belmonte, or Ma'am Sea, as she is fondly called by her colleagues and friends. But before that po, Ma'am Sea, let us watch a short video about our visit also to her in her office. Sir Kenneth?
So, ako po ay si Rosella Lioterio Belmonte na ngayon. Graduated March 89. So, pumasok ako doon 84. Ako po ngayon ay director dito sa Fort Bonifacio Corporation, the developer of Bonifacio Global City. Bonifacio Global City is master plan for PUP, about more than 100 hectares of mixed-use development. Looking at how humble the beginning, my beginning was from Ambang Boy President, from which 650 was my pamasahe. Of which 650 is what we have to spend for my meal from umaga to hapon. And now being able to spend a little more than 13 pesos is humbling to me. The administration officials has done a good job. It gives you that education with so little sayang. Coming also from a school that's competitive. I think we were successful in bringing me to where I should be. It's knowing that how hard you work as a student will bring you somewhere. Although during the time you won't know that this is where you're going to be, but knowing what you work hard, standing for what you believe in, communicating what you think should be done, importante po siya. So to have these iconic structures and to have this feel in the city. And of course, it's not just me. It's also the team. It's also my bosses who approved, who thought that my idea was good. And you have idea, you work on it. Don't stop. And working on it means researching. See, that's how PUP helped me. Diba? Connected me. Diba? Ito yung in the grounds. Yes. The roots are all there. They're not seen. Diba? But because you're entrenched in that, you know. I also told myself that wherever I am, I will just flourish, you know. My dream is not to become the best engineer. My dream is just to be good at where I am, whatever time it is. That's how, again, it helped me be who I am.
Once again, let us all welcome our guest speaker for this morning, Engineer Rosella Eleuterio Belmonte, or we fondly call her Ma'am Sea. Ma'am Sea, good morning po.
Hello. Oh,
Yes,
there you
ma'am.
go.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you for playing that again. Naiyak ako.
Oo nga,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Opo.
Okay. Hello and welcome everyone, and thank you all for coming. So we will start. But may I start my story with some back then stories? No, can you flash
Sir Kenneth?
the
Yeah.
Kenneth?
Presentation. Yeah. Thank you, Sir Kenneth.
Okay. Can we go to the next slide, please? Okay. May I start with some back then stories? Back then, there was no PUP-CET. You fall in line, you show your high school report card. If your average grade in math and science is above 85%, you can get into an engineering course. Next slide, please. Back then, there was no College of Engineering and Architecture building. We had our classes in Wing C, which yesterday I reminisced with President Bong. So we walked, we walked the ramp and went to the previous Wing C. Next slide, please. Indulge me in sharing this back then photo. The yellow arrow shows prominent members of the PUP Academy, Board of Regent, Private Sector Representative Honorable Ronald Laurel, dun sa baba. At yung sa taas po, of course, is President Manuel Muhi. There are other people in this photo that I believe are also watching this webinar. And thank you for coming, kahit nasa ibang bansa kayo. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, that's me. This is one of the two classes of the PUP Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering class of 1989. Ayun po ako sa dulo. I cannot find kasi my solo graduation photo. So this is what I shared with you. Okay, next slide, please. Multiple decades later, I am now in front of you virtually. My co-PUPians and distinguished members of the PUP Academy. I humbly offer you a peep into the development of the Bonifacio Global City, where I was able to sit front and center from start of construction until now, which is still a city work in progress. Next slide, please. As Ma'am Amy said earlier, I have been with Fort Bonifacio Development Corporation, the developer of Bonifacio Global City, for more than 20 years. The company has enabled me to be part of the massive land development and infrastructure undertakings, as well as iconic buildings that you now see in BGC. Next slide, please. Here's my first job as a project engineer for a project management company. And my first assignment was the renovation of the Peninsula Manila. In this picture was the first picture. Nandiyan po yung general manager ng hotel, my bosses, and some senior engineers. Meanwhile, the one to my right was the project architect who became my husband. And together we have 3 children. Ayun po yung aming photo. Okay. Next slide, please. Some of the projects that I was able to lead are here. You can see this. We call this the N2 ramp back then as a project name. This is the C5 Eastgate interchange in the BCC5. Next, please. 2-car wide outfall traversing Kalayaan Road from Makati to Makati, discharging storm drainage to Pasig River. Next, please. Tunnels underneath the BC 32nd Street that was done way before and will be operational in a few years. Next, please. Next, please. These are labyrinth of underground pipes, which are buried in the whole busy street of BGC. Next, please. 20 million liters daily wastewater sewage treatment capacity, 20 million liters daily wastewater capacity sewage treatment plant. Next. Iconic buildings that represent the Philippines in the financial world with lifestyle retail malls with giant LED screen that provide engaging experience for all in the epicenter of BGC. The Maybank Performing Arts Center is a project that I truly cherish, as there are only a few projects in the Philippines that an engineer gets to be involved in something like this. Next, please. Next. Okay, this is the City Flats, the first co-living place in BGC. Next, please. Due to these projects, I am able to share to different audiences how BGC can represent the Philippines in the global platform. Next, please. And to be able to present to my fellow PUPians is a great honor for me. Allow me then to share with you how the development of Bonifacio Global City can be replicated by other cities in the Philippines. Okay. Next, please, Kenneth. Okay. I will turn off my video so you can look at the screen. Okay. Welcome to Bonifacio Global City. BGC, as a gold standard in real estate development, sets the benchmark for what a 21st century city should be. It is a city within a city, thoughtfully master planned for best-in-class live, work, and play. A lot of people will tell you that BGC is different from the Metro Manila that some has come to know. Safe streets, clean, orderly, fresh, complete, contemporary. We abide by a very local mindset, proudly Filipino-made, built by Filipinos, for Filipinos, but globally competitive. BGC moves in step with the current of global thought, pushing towards sustainable planning and infrastructure, diversified communities, and a dynamic, vibrant way of living as the way to the future. Next, please. The military beginnings of BGC is very much embedded in its history. In the early 1900s, known back then as Fort McKinley, BGC was the home base of the US military, and almost half a century later, the permanent headquarters of the Philippine Army. To this day, you will see bits and pieces of the remnants of that rich history around BGC, from the Manila American Memorial Cemetery to art pieces solely dedicated to Filipino soldiers. From military to contemporary, BGC's transformation from an old base to a thriving central business and lifestyle district is quite a fascinating story. Next, please. Fort Bonifacio Development Corporation, or FBDC, is a master planner and developer of BGC. Back in 1995, FBDC was owned by Metro Pacific Group, the largest telecommunications company in the country. Unfortunately, due to the Asian financial crisis, Metro Pacific had to let go of the project. That's when Ayala Land, one of the best real estate developers in the Philippines, as well as Evergreen Holdings, known with brands like Del Monte and Unilab, and in partnership with BCDA, the Bases Conversion Development Authority, a branch of the government whose main thrust is to transform old military bases into economic centers. They came together to continue the story and went on to develop the BGC that we all know and enjoy today. Next, please. This was BGC back then in 2003. Bare, as you can see, a ghost town almost. It's outstanding what 20 years can do. BGC today is 55% developed, with 6.6 million out of its 12 million gross floor area already in full swing, with 240 operational buildings and 19 more under construction. About 31% is residential, 30% is office, and 28% commercial. Suffice to say, it's a perfectly balanced mixed use, complete and integrated estate. Can we go back, please, to the previous slide? Okay, who's in BGC? We have a daily population of about 1 million. About half of that are transient, people from all walks of life, shoppers, students, or traders with different intentions and purposes for visiting the city. Next, please. BGC is also home to some of the biggest multinational companies, such as Coca-Cola, P&G, Unilever, Facebook, Google, Lazada, Shopee, as well as local giants such as NutriAsia and Del Monte. There are over 6,000 business based in BGC. Further cementing BGC's position as the premier center for business and finance is the Unified Philippine Stock Exchange that started trading last February 2018 in BGC's City Center District. Previously located in Ortigas and Makati, these two branches consolidated and moved their address to BGC. From bargain finds and thrift shopping in Market to aspired shopping, dining, and entertainment in Serendra and High Street, BGC's retail landscape is complete and diverse, with a plethora of options for everyone. Its main centerpiece, the city's crown Bonifacio High Street, a novel office and retail concept that offers one-of-a-kind dining and shopping experience in an outdoor environment, with beloved global stores set in a vibrant park. It is home to many first and flagship stores, such as the first and only Jordan store in Southeast Asia, or the biggest Nike store in the country. BGC is known for its parkside and street-side shopping and dining, which adds to its unique or differentiated experience. With five-star hotels like the Grand Hyatt Manila, Shangri-La The Fort, Ascot, Business Hotel, Seda Hotel, the city offers 1,700 total available rooms with year-long high occupancy. It is a testament to the city's bustling tourism. Whenever there are major events or conferences in the country, from ASEAN presidents to international sporting events or major concerts, the delegates or talents are usually billeted in one of our hotels. BGC is an active player in the co-sharing economy, which offers an alternate and more economical way for our young and dynamic population to stay in the city. We also house the state-of-the-art medical facility, St. Luke's BGC, arguably one of the most advanced and one of the best facilities in the country. Not only do they have the latest technology and the most competent doctors, St. Luke's is also one of the biggest drivers of medical tourism in the Philippines. There are 10 educational institutions in BGC, most of which are international schools, such as the British School Manila, International School Manila, and Manila Japanese School. Everest, Treston, among others, are also educational institutions here in BGC. We are also home to postgraduate or law campuses of some of the country's top university, University of the Philippines, and De La Salle University. While we have fancy infrastructure and gleaming skyscrapers, BGC's vision is to simultaneously offer a life beyond function. While architecture and world-class buildings create value, equally important in bringing the BGC master plan to life, it is our steadfast promise to seamlessly incorporate open spaces, urban parks, and public art in our city, thereby adding vibrancy and energy, further enriching the lives of our BG citizens. We have given much importance and emphasis to public art that we have dedicated an entire subsidiary, a nonprofit organization, the Bonifacio Art Foundation, whose sole reason for being is to keep the science and arts alive in BGC. More so, every single lot owner is mandated to contribute to the Public Art Fund managed by BAFI. These funds are then used to create and install all the art pieces and murals in the city. This is something truly unique to BGC, to be able to categorically claim that every single member has directly contributed to the proliferation of public art. The Mind Museum, the country's first world-class science museum, has welcomed over 1 million visitors since it opened. This is a project that the city is quite proud of because this was made possible through the financial support of not just the BGC community, but of the broader Philippine business community. The BGC Art Center, the city's cultural icon, is a haven for those who have passion for art in all its shapes and forms. It has housed various musical festivals, theatrical shows, art fairs, and more. Both institutions aim to inspire the public to embrace their creativity, keeping both science and the arts ubiquitousness in BGC. We are also the proud address of the brand new state-of-the-art, the Metropolitan Museum of Manila at the Mariano Caytan Center along 30th Street. Designed by New York-based architect Carlos Arnaiz, this new milestone sprawls over 3,000 square meters of exhibition space for contemporary art, plus an outdoor area for creative installation. By the way, this museum is inclusive, no tickets needed, free for all. From Terra 28th, a family-oriented park, or Track 30th, a fitness and active lifestyle park, or Turf BGC, the first publicly accessible football field, and BGC Greenway, a 1.6-kilometer expanse, the longest linear park in the entire metro. These open spaces are pockets of respite from the hustle and bustle of daily living. More than 30% of BGC's total area is perpetually dedicated to open spaces and public parks. Open for all, breathable, lush landscaped areas where people can live out their passions, relax, walk or run, or even spend time with their furry friends. From north to south and east to west, these urban parks are strategically located around the city, deliberately designed for a truly pleasurable walking experience. Blossoming trees line our parks during the summer, adding romance and warmth to our streets. Where BG citizens can indulge in their passion. When we ask most of our visitors what it is that they love most about BGC, many people's top of the mind response is that they adore our street art and the numerous murals they see in and around the city. From building surfaces, back lanes, comfort rooms, even material recovery facility, these otherwise blank walls and surfaces come alive with colors and vibrancy through these murals. Indeed, BGC is a walkable and picturesque city. These are some of the mundane items: the benches, the bins, the bike docks, the fire hydrants that come alive with quirky art. Tiny pleasant surprises in people's daily day-to-day walk. During the pandemic, especially during the thick of the lockdown, 15-minute cities was a buzzword circling around urban planning and real estate industries as the way forward for sustainable living. BGC from the get-go has always been designed and master planned to be such that you can go from market to Burgos Circle within 15 minutes. We take pride in having built spaces and places where people can enjoy walking to their destinations. Art and culture surround at BGC, encouraging interaction and dialogue. Museums or retail environments, sidewalks or building walls, from a cart or a scooter, the urban experience intensifies. Our art pieces are specifically designed to inspire engagement for chance encounters and encourage people to interact not just with the pieces, but most importantly, for human interaction too. Traditional art is also imagined in this digital world. Fifth Avenue, our main thoroughfare, is a preferred street for walking because of the LED engaging content. Perhaps the best manifestation of everything that I just talked about on today is Bonifacio High Street, the city's main center of gravity, where all street culminates. It is a perfect blend of green and open spaces, commerce, and public art, all coming together in this 1 kilometer retail playground. From larger-than-life concerts to corner busker performances by up-and-coming Filipino artists, music and public performances also play a crucial role in energizing our spaces. And don't forget our New Year events, which are mostly K-pop performers. There's still more exciting projects that we are working on. The fort, if you have been to BGC, you knew the fort has been there since the beginning, but it's now gone and will be replaced with something more iconic, more luxurious. What we will build here is going to be another trailblazer, not just in the metro, but in the whole Philippines. However, that is the soft part of the development. But let me give you why BGC is a contemporary city. Building a world-class city is one thing. Maintaining a city that works is another. FBDC built the companies that make sure that BGC retains its leadership as one of the premier city in the country. The estate is maintained by Bonifacio Estate Services to ensure that it is clean, safe, and while there's traffic in the city, it's manageable. Bonifacio Gas owns and operates our liquefied petroleum gases that are distributed through underground piping system. Bonifacio Water assures our customer of 24/7 water supply, maintained at stable pressure even at the farthest point. It also operates the city sewer system. And as I showed earlier, we have our 20 million liter sewage treatment plant, which are compliant to the stringent Dow 2021. Our power lines are buried, and this is maybe why the sky is clearer in BGC. We have currently 2 operational substations in the city, which enables us to have reliable power supply. We are also undertaking a common underground conduit system for our telco that can accommodate 12 telecommunication providers. As you can see, we aim to provide world-class amenities and quality services to PG citizens. Next, please. Even from the start, BGC has decided where it wants to go in the future. Our design standard and guidelines has considered existing resources and projected future needs. This development density will tell you how many floors can a building be built in specific areas. Next, please. We have created a policy where we control the development density and determine uses of each zone. Next, please. By ensuring that all developments in the identified pedestrian system has arcades and canopies that address the heat and rain, which is more than half of the year, are some of the reasons why UCBGC is a truly walkable city, because it has always been in the master plan. Next, please. Vehicular access of future developments are already identified. This mitigates impact on traffic, but also ensures that the streetscape are minimized. The stormwater drainage system is a network of infrastructure designed to collect and direct rainwater and surface runoff, typically through pipes, to prevent flooding and manage water flow. Much has been said about BGC having no flood during Ondoy and more recent typhoon, and here is the reason why. This detention tank is located beneath the Burgos Circle Park, the city's rainwater detention tank. It is designed to accommodate 22 million liters of water, or that's 8 Olympic-sized pool. Our pumping system is designed to detain the flood water and only release it to Pasig River once the established level is attained. Next, please. The city was designed to respect the existing contour of the land, both for storm drain and wastewater. Planning of the city based on this will not unduly impact the surrounding area. If you can see, the blue point there is the lowest point. Kaya ito po yung malapit sa Manila Gulf, malapit sa Forbes Park. Next, please. That's where our discharges go. It's all to Pasig River, so via 2 creeks, no? As I showed you earlier kanina, there was that slide wherein we have big outfall going to Pasig River, which you will see in this next slide. Next slide, please. Ganyan po kalaki yung aming drainage system. If you can go back, please. Yan po, kotse po talaga ang kasya dyan. Okay. BGC has allocated sizable lots to house 4 Meralco substations to ensure reliable and uninterrupted power supply we will have 3 by 83 MVA power capacity to each substation. As I said earlier, there are currently 2 operational substations in the city. We have almost 3,500 lampposts in the city, yet you cannot see any wires above. A reason why BGC is also one of the most Instagrammable city in the metro. But that's not just aesthetics. We are using LED lamps, which has substantially reduced our CO2 emissions. Next, please. Can you go back, please? One slide. Okay. Our traffic lights and street lamps also work as our eye in the sky. Traffic is monitored in our communication center. Vehicular counts are generated and regularly analyzed to validate if the traffic plan needs readjustment. This is a sample of the Bonifacio gas pipeline. We have already in place 15-kilometer pipeline network, which has a capacity of 80 metric tons or 7,300 cylinders. And by this, we partnered with Shell to ensure ensuring safety in our operation. We also have, for our BGC buses, we also have Mercedes-Benz equipped with Euro 5 engines, which has the cleanest emissions of any bus engine technology in the country today. We offer 24/7 with a ridership of almost 45,000 daily. But in the next few months, EV buses will be plying the city for BGC commuters. This is our answer to last mile connectivity that can help BG citizens traverse within the city in the comfort of and safety of personal mobility device. We have dedicated lanes that provide safe routes which residents and employees can enjoy to get to their offices and move around the city. Okay, this is Bonifacio Water. These are our water tanks that ensures that our customers are provided continuous water supply at the pressure that they require. Oh, naputol po. Okay. This is our okay. Well, this is our STP. It's located in a, maybe the next slide is okay. This is our STP, which uses carbon activated sludge, the conventional activated sludge, and the granular adsorption media. Currently, we process more than 15 million liters daily of wastewater. That before we discharge to Laguna Lake, we make sure we treat it to the STP and convert it to Class C water. The city keeps on reinventing initiatives to make sure that the city not just work with the various infrastructure that we have set up, but by introducing innovation to help us be more sustainable. We have trash to cash programs, which are championed by our estate team. Next, please. Our multi-awarded urban garden became the benchmark of the newer estates, a program that initially was started to provide livelihood to displaced BGC workers during the time of COVID, but now this is being replicated elsewhere. Due to this, farming is seen differently, not just by men who now go to the farm to, pick the veggies. And now kids also are now becoming interested on how food is grown. Next, please. But more than the high land and the high land and property value, it is the enrichment in the BGC citizen way of life that we practice. This is why we see BGC is a city that works. Through all of these initiatives, can we go back, please? Through all of these initiatives, our land value has skyrocketed in the last decade, from the early start of 300,000 per square, now at 1.2 million per square. We are able to command high rental rates in our commercial areas, yet businesses continue to flourish. Master planning, future proofing is how land values can be sustained over time. Okay, and now to the question, can other cities replicate BGC? Okay, next please. These are the factors that makes replication challenging. During that time, BGC was a blank canvas, and it provided opportunities for modern urban planning. It was also a successful partnership between private developer and the government. But the private partner was allowed to play the most crucial role in the design, implementation, and operation. From the start, it was already targeted, the targeted development was catered to to specific market. There was huge investment on infrastructure, state-of-the-art buildings, well-planned road. These attracted global businesses. And the continuous commitment to sustainability and innovation. While the factors above are challenging, they are not impossible to achieve. Replicating BGC are being done in other cities, not just in the metro, but in other provinces. The challenge is to undo some of the infrastructure, the current infrastructure, to a more efficient system is indeed overwhelming. Next, please. These are some of the cities that are already embracing the BGC approach. I think in Iloilo, fully underground utility system started. So this is an example, and this is in Iloilo City. But other cities like Davao, Mandaluyong, and Bacolod and Cebu have started also. Next, please. Pasig City has also been implementing projects that convert residual lots to community spaces. So what we hope other cities can learn from BGC. So it's the master plan as a source of inspiration. Focus on sustainability. It's not a one-off development. Integrated residential, commercial, and recreational spaces. Emphasis on public art and open spaces to create the soul for the city. In essence, while BGC offers valuable lessons in urban planning and development, its unique circumstances and specific goals make a direct replication unlikely. Other cities can benefit from its successes by adopting its principles and incorporating elements that align with their own needs and context. Okay, thank you. So it is an honor to be part of the Baliksinta Alumni Program. Before I close the presentation, thank you again, Director Emeteria Leonila Perez, Engineer Florinda Oquindo of the Department of Alumni Services, Dean Remedios Ado, Professor Kenneth Pana of the College of Engineering. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay ang PUP.
Thank you so much po, Ma'am Seya. Let me just correct, I am just the chief here, ma'am. Si Engineer Oquindo po ang aming director. No problem,
Sorry
ma'am.
po.
No problem po. Opo. Ang isa ko pong napakalaking word sa inyong presentation ay wow. Isa pong napakalaking wow, ma'am. Opo. So habang nagpe-present po kayo, nabusog, I'm sure, ang aming mga mata. Let me ask the audience, kung nandyan po kayo, pwede po ba kayong mag-heart react kung tama ba na nabusog ang ating mga mata sa art, sa structure, sa lahat ng pinakita ni Ma'am Sea today.
Wow.
Let me show. Pwede po bang
Wow,
mag-react
thank
ng
you. Yung pong
ating
nag-heart, mga
audience?
CE po yan. Mga
Oh,
civil engineering, mga CE po lahat.
opo.
Sigurado ko.
Opo. Yun po. So, gusto din po naming sabihin na medyo nakakainggit, pero alam po namin na syempre, hindi po tamang mainggit. But then, sa ganda po ng BGC, para po siyang Little Japan or Little Singapore. Tama po ba, Ma'am Sea, no?
Correct po.
Opo, sa kalinisan, sa kagandahan, pag nakikita namin yung cherry blossoms and so on. So, yun nga po medyo nakakainggit pero we are very proud po. It's more on the side na we are proud po na isang PUP yan, kagaya po ninyo, ang isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit ganito po kaganda ang BGC. So, more on sa ganong side po. So, let us go po to the Q&A portion. So, sabi ni Ma'am Sea, nakita niya maraming engineering students. So, meron po bang gustong magtanong kay Ma'am Sea? You may post po on the chat box or you can also share, you can also raise your hand.
Correct. Mayroon po dito nakasulat is yung wastewater system, no? That's what they
Yes.
admire daw. Alam mo,
Yes.
napakamahal pong investment yan. It's almost $1 billion. You know, that's how expensive it is. But because of our commitment to sustainability and not impacting our neighbors, you know, we have to do it. No? So the recovery is really slow, but we have to do what we can to contribute to the whole ecosystem.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So yun nga po, very inspiring yung drainage po kanina when you're explaining. Pero feeling ko po dapat yung engineers po ang magtatanong nito. Kasi ako po
Yeah,
ay
and
hindi isang engineer.
correct. Sige
Opo,
po.
pero
The engineers
opo.
except math, please.
Opo. Ako po yung except math. Kayo po, mga engineer magagaling sa math. Sige, ako na lang po magtatanong. Paano po talaga yung challenge na yon na sa buong Metro Manila po, nakakahiyamang sabihin, minsan lumulubog po. Pero yung Taguig, yung kagandahan po ng drainage system nyo, ma'am, paano nyo po yun na nagawa na ganun?
Yun nga, it's really master plan because we know from the start what we have to do. Sabi nyo kanina, it's a little Japan, it's a little Singapore. We copied from our neighbors. We copied from Singapore what's the best infrastructure in Singapore. We copied from New York what's the best in New York. So we were not, hindi kami nahihiyang mangopya. But kasi we have to be global in our mindset, no? But we executed it locally, no? Initially, we had foreigners who helped us in the construction in the initial phase. But later on, yung pong mga boss ko were all foreigners. So, Amerikano, Briton, Italiano. But yung mga local, wala ano lang sila, you know. Of course, we can pick their brains, no? Nagpick kami sa brains nila, but at the end of the day, once we knew what it is, they were let go and we were left doing it, no? So, copying is not bad, no? But
yes, ma'am.
You have to execute it based on the what's required by the city. Hindi naman pwedeng kinopya mo lahat na, example, magtatanim ka ng totoong cherry blossom, di naman yan bubunga dito.
Opo.
Yung mga ganun po.
Opo. Yes, ma'am. Gusto ko yun, ma'am, yung sinabi niyo po na global mindset but local ideas, no? Yan po ay talagang tatak PUP yan. So, sana po sa ating engineering students who are with us this morning, magandang, ipopost ko po yan, ma'am, yan sa Facebook. Joke lang po. Global mindset but local ideas, diba po? Tatak PUP yan. Meron po bang comment pa po or tanong? Ayan. Ayan po, meron pong, ayan sa Facebook Live. Sorry po.
Okay, what influenced your decision? Okay.
What influenced your decision to study civil engineering at the Sintang Paaralan? And how did that shape your early career? Was there a particular course, ma'am, or experience that guided where you're headed now? From Facebook Live daw po. Hindi ko po kasi nakikita yung Facebook Live mo. Pasensya na po.
Sabi ko nga po kay Ma'am Emmy, hindi po ako hindi po ako dapat engineering. Nanay ko lang po, once umuwi po siya, sabi niya, here are the second-hand tech pens. Nagte-tech pen pa po kami noon na. Tech pen, um, the scale. Sabi niya, mag-study ka na lang ng engineering, civil engineering kasi pwede ka mag-Saudi. but, but, so, I wanted something else before, but sabi ko nga po kanina, I think no, my parents knew best what's best for me. So I persevered. I wasn't that good in math, but I persevered. I studied hard. I made sure that nandiyan na yan eh. I'll just make do what I can, what I have to do. Sabi ko nga, wherever you are, you just flourish. You, gawin mo na lang, no? So, yun po. But now, now that I'm here, ano siya, it's very, ang ganda kasi where else will I get that experience? Where else will I get that exposure to be leading such iconic projects, no? So how did that shape your early career? Hard work. What I don't know, I will try to know. If kung hindi, nung swerte nyo ngayon, lahat kayo may laptop. Noon, before you can present something, you have to go to a, tawag doon, encoder. Kasi dalawa lang
Opo.
ang computer sa opisina. They didn't
Yung
want,
kwento niyo po, ma'am, kahapon. Yes, ma'am, sorry, ma'am. Kwento,
Oo,
baka gusto niyo pong ikwento sa kanila yung kinukwento niyo ni
dapat si President Muhi magkwento. Meron kaming, nung sa PUP, meron kaming course sa subject ng Introduction to Computer. Ang pinagpa-practice na naming keyboard ay papel. Papel na nandun yung nandun yung mga letters.
Tinatatan lang, ma'am, ng letters.
Oo. Tapos, we were able to see a real computer, green screen pa siya.
Opo.
Green screen pa. So, yeah, I think that's what shaped my early career. There was no there's no pivotal incident, but it's just that yun, magtrabaho ka lang. You just work hard for it. Nilagay ka just sa posisyon na yan, then pag-aralan mo. Diba? What the things that you don't know, the things that you don't know, just research. Everything is available naman. Lalo na ngayon.
Yes, ma'am. Yun po, very inspiring po talaga yun for all PUPians, no? Kasi ngayon po yung lahat ng gadgets nasa harapan na po nila and yung internet nandyan, no? Unlike po yung sinasabi nyo noon na ang keyboard nyo gawa-gawa lang. Opo, so that is very inspiring.
Inikot nga po ako ni President Muhi sa library nyo. Noon nga ang library ng PUP, mag-aawayan pa kayo sa libro. Ngayon hindi.
Opo, ma'am.
Swerte nyo po ngayon.
Ayan, sinasabi po ni
Swerte nyo.
Engineer Seiya, opo, ni Ma'am Seiya, na swerte daw po ang PUPians ngayon, no? Ating College of Engineering students lalo na po. So kung si Ma'am Seiya, dati ganyan yung kanilang facilities, so ngayon mas meron na tayong facilities in the university. Siguro ma'am, susugan ko po yung question ng ating student kanina. So naging advantage po ba sa inyo yung pagiging PUPian when you were starting as an engineer? O naging disadvantage po ba sa inyo yun before? Pag nalalaman po nilang PUPian kayo, ano pong reactions dati?
I think even now, when you see CVs of PUP, you set it aside for consideration because PUPians are known for resiliency, to be a hard worker, not a complainer. Di ba? Parang mag-i-stay yan sa trabaho because it's a start, no? You know, maybe they need it at the onset, but they learn to like it, or if they don't learn to like it because they would know something from it, hindi sila mapili. So, as an example, ako was when I was also recruited, it was because the HR was from PUP. And when she saw that my CV was from PUP, she set it aside. So she set it aside. I was interviewed. yun yung first step di ba? Kung hindi ka pinik dun sa yung CV mo, wala kang opportunity to show what you're capable of. So it was an advantage because PUP was really even back then was known to be um, generating quality students and hard workers, and that's it. So it was really an advantage for me.
Yes, ma'am. Tama naman po yun. So, lagi naman pong sa jobstreet.com, ma'am, no? Lagi po tayo number one
correct. Number
sa
one.
kinukuha ng mga employer. Yun po. Meron pa po ba tayong question? From feasibility, Ma'am Isabel said, I think part of feasibility study of the project.
Yes,
ma'am.
I think
And
Isabel is
Angelo,
my classmate.
okay
Isabel
po,
ko.
ma'am.
Yes.
Okay po, ma'am.
Yes,
And then,
Isabel, yes. Everything is, even the master plan was from the start, they did feasibility studies before they proceeded with, di ba, concept muna, tapos schematic. So, yun, everything, yun nga, plan first before you execute. I think that is the best advice that we can do when you undertake projects. Kaya nga tayo gumagawa ng construction plan, di ba? So that in the drawing, we can already see what are the improvements that you can do and what are the challenges that you have to work on.
Yes, ma'am. For our engineering students, again, may questions po ba? Kasi minsan lang po natin nakasama si Engineer Seiya, no? So baka may questions po kayo, no? Kasi hindi everyday na yung ating alumni ay nakakasama po natin. Kami po ay very blessed kasi kahapon na-meet po namin personally si Ma'am Seiya. Ayun, proud batchmate pala, ma'am si Ma'am Isabel yung pala
kaklase ko nga
Ayun po pala, ma'am. Opo.
Thank you,
Si
Isabel.
Sir Muhi po, opo, ay inyo pong kaklase. So, ako po kasi personally, medyo narinig ko na yung stories you together. Pero siguro po, maybe you can share a few things about your batch. Paano po ba si Pres Muhi nun? Naging kay Pres Muhi pala. Paano po ba kayo nun na magkakaklase, ma'am?
Sinabi ko
May
kung
hint po ba
paano
na
siya.
magiging president si Sir Muhi, ma'am?
Oh,
Dati?
no, I asked that. Sabi ko sa kanya kahapon, has it been your plan or to be part of the academy? Sabi niya, hindi. It was also chance. It was also chance that he met daw during his graduation because he needed a transcript of records yata. He met President Prudente, who was our president that time. Tapos, and when he needed that endorsement, he was told by then President Prudente to go and teach part-time. And then that started his career. So, pero si President Bongpo I was surprised and I'm amazed at how he is so grounded. Hindi ganun, when we were walking around yesterday, parang, para namang estudyante lang to. You know, cool na cool pa rin. Ganun din po siya before. Ganun. Meron lang siyang backpack na lagi naka-white shirt at nakabaong at may backpack na parang buhi ba yun? Yung parang ginagamit sa magsasaka na sila po ni Engineer Laurel. Magkakabarkada sila. So, kami po yung mga grupo na kapag nasa PE area, kami po yung may ingay kasi po mga CE po yun.
Yan po pala, since tinatch nyo po yung ganong aspect nun. Ano po yung pinaka natatandaan yung moments nyo po sa PUP nung nag-aaral pa po kayo nila Sir Bong? Ano po yung fondest memories nyo po?
Wala, puro hirap.
Puro hirap,
No, of course, that's where you create friendship. You know the value of hard work again. Kasi yung development ng thesis time namin is where I understood na ganito pala gumawa, looking back now, no? Ganito pala yung paghihirap, creating a project out of justifying to everyone how this project is good. Fondest my fantasy is, of course, spending time with the friends that I know before during that time, which I still have right now. Noon, kasi when I went around kahapon, marami ng buildings. Na-miss ko lang
Yes,
po yung
ma'am.
Lagoon kasi Lagoon back then was a really open space.
Oh.
No? Saka na-miss ko yung Tamtax. Sa Bell, pinuntahan ko yung Tamtax. Pinicturan ko. Hindi na siya ngayon
Saan po
ganun.
yung Tamtax, ma'am? Sorry.
Yung
Saan po yung
Tamtax yung
Tamtax?
cistern po yun. Sa tabi po
Okay
siya
po.
ng sa tabi po siya ng law,
College of Law,
College
ma'am.
of Law.
Okay
Doon
po.
po kasi kami nagsa-surveying before. So we call it, kapag magsa-surveying na kami, sabihin namin, oh, may klase na sa Tamtax.
Okay, ma'am.
So, well, I cannot specifically pinpoint an incident of the fondest memory, but it's a place that I will always look back with fond memories because it taught me the value of education. It taught me, and I'm grounded because I came from a place where everybody was given a platform to be known, not be to step. Kasi again, sabi mo nga,
Yes, ma'am.
unang-una tayo sa job street, di ba? So, when I see that, even at this time, I will say, ay, taga-PUP ako. School ko
Opo.
yan.
Opo. Yun po, ma'am. Thank you so much po for sharing that. And then, ma'am, personally po, balik po sana tayo dun sa inyong presentation, ano? Kasi ako din po ay isang plantita, no? So, nang nakita ko po yung presentation niyo yung sa urban gardening, and personally, I've seen a video of this part of BGC po, na if I am not mistaken, si Jericho Rosales po yung nandun sa video na napanood ko. And then,
Nandun po ako,
yun nga po,
nakikinood ako na nag-shoot.
ay, nandun po kayo. Yung pala, ma'am eh. Opo. Yun po. So, I was amazed during that time po na nakita ko yun. Nasabi ko, ang galing naman ng BGC sa gitna ng mga matataas na building. Merong urban gardening. Paano po kaya nila yun ginawa dun, ma'am?
Nung COVID kasi, we were thinking of a project where we can get yung mga na-displace kasi ang daming tinanggal, di ba? Ang daming tinanggal. So sabi namin, may open space kami. That area where the urban garden is going to be a park. No? So we're going to develop it in the future as a hydroponics park. Pero dahil wala pa yung project, ginagawa pa namin yung plano. Sabi namin, why not an urban farm? Wherein, so yung mga tao nun, di ba, hindi ka makapunta ng grocery kasi dapat may may card pa before you are allowed. So sabi namin, we partnered with Louis Gutierrez. Louis Gutierrez has an urban garden in what is this? It's a subdivision. It's a village here in Makati. He had it in a small plot. Small lang yung kanilang urban garden. Ganun din yung scenario. Meron siyang maliit na nakita sa subdivision nila sa Bel Air. Sa Bel Air siya. Tapos sabi niya, pwede bang mag-plant yung aking hardinero so that yung mga tao, yung mga kapitbahay nila kukuha doon. Tapos ang bayad lang is kung magkano man yung pinanggastos pandilig, pang bayad sa hardinero. So we leased out the space for him for free. And now it's already on its 4th year. And we didn't think of it we thought of it as a community project lang so that we can provide our BG citizens fresh vegetable. But now it also became an educational platform wherein kids are bussed in. So they see how, ganito yung pag-pull ng carrot, yung gano'n. So, and ngayon po, lahat na ng estate that we know is already replicating urban gardens in their project, in the development. So yun that was just the idea, and the idea, the objective became something else, and it became grander as to what you can see right now.
Yes, ma'am. So ang galing nga po, ang galing po talaga. At saka ang ganda po na yun nga, kumbaga may gulayan sa pagitan o sa gitna ng mga matataas na building. Although nung elementary po tayo, I don't wanna, di ko po alam kung ganun din yung experience nung elementary kayo. No? Di ba sa mga elementary school po dati, may gulayan po talaga. Pero after a few years po kasi nawala po yung gano'n. Tapos ngayon po na bumabalik, nakikita natin sa BGC, napakaganda po ulit tingnan. At this
Ah,
juncture, ma'am, I guess I saw Dean Ado. Ma'am Dean Ado, would you like to say hi to Ma'am Sea po, to Engineer Belmonte, Ma'am Remy?
Peter Bermonte, good morning.
good morning po,
Ayan.
ma'am.
Nice to see you again, ma'am.
May tanong po ba
Nice to
kayo, ma'am?
see you po.
Opo, joke lang, ma'am. May tanong po ba kayo kay Ma'am Sea?
Wala naman, nakausap na natin siya. Maganda yung
Opo.
yung ginawa nila sa BGC.
Opo. At maraming salamat din po for joining us, Ma'am Ado. Siguro po I have one last question. Kung Sir Kenneth, wala na po tayong question sa ano. Okay, ako na lang po siguro yung may last pang question. Sabi po kanina ni Ma'am Sea, nare-replicate na po ang ginagawa sa BGC sa Iloilo, sa Davao, sa Mandaluyong, sa Pasig. Sa tingin niyo po, ma'am, ah, patuloy po kaya ito na replicate yung ginagawa po ninyo sa BGC sa lahat pa po sana ng parte ng Pilipinas? Or how far po kaya tayo doon sa idea na magiging ganito kaganda yung buong Pilipinas, ma'am? I'm sure very idealistic po ako sa question na yan. Inyo, ma'am, gaano katagal kayang panahon bago maging kasing ganda po ng BGC ang Pilipinas?
Siguro po only if, again, you have to have a blank canvas into replicating all the initiatives that we did, no, from the underground utilities to planning for the open spaces. It has to be a blank canvas. Parang we cannot do that to a highly dense area, no? But I think little things that matter to them. Example po siguro, UST has been always, yung sa Manila, they
Opo.
every time na may baha, they have always been saying, oh, it's time to build the detention tank under the campus, yung sa may kanilang green space, no? Baka po, the things that matter to them, yun yung unahin, not everything. If there are 7 items that they want to copy from the master plan BGC, siguro they can get what's important. If it's baha, then do that baha. If it's community engagement, then do open spaces or parks, no? If it's safety, because lalo na po doon sa mga areas na ang kuryente ay
Opo,
nagkakos
yung
ng fire.
nakalabas. Opo.
O, nagkakos ng fire. Eh di yun po yung unahin. So, again, they cannot do it if not all of the factors that made BGC what it is right now are there, but they can get some of it and replicate it in
Opo.
that is a priority to them. So, in terms of kailan, siguro po
Opo.
matagal. Baka nga po dito sa Metro Manila hindi. But,
Oo nga po.
pero po, I'm sure po sa ibang probinsya, just because you see, yeah, it works na, di ba? It works na. So, you can replicate it and there are always cheaper ways to do it. Just plan. Planning is important. Implementing it and making sure that it's quality. To all the civil engineers out there, it's not just reading the plan. You challenge, bakit ganito pagkakagawa? Bakit hindi ganito?
Opo.
Dapat ganito. You can challenge it because the ideas that can come from you might have meron pa, hindi pala naisip nung nagplano. So,
Opo.
yun po. I hope that answers your question, Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Opo. Na remind lang din po ako nung sinabi niyo, of course, as civil engineers. Yung bridge po, San Juanico Bridge, 'di ba po may problem po siya ngayon, tama po ba, ma'am? As a civil engineer, ano pong tingin niyo doon? Saan po nagkulang? Bakit po kaya nagkakaproblema yung San Juanico Bridge?
Ako po, I think, no, and this
Opo.
is personal.
Opo, personal,
to me,
opo.
Personal, no. In the same manner po sa amin sa building, they require the 10-year checking of structures, no. if
Opo.
and obviously getting that will tell you what's happening na on that structure, no? Parang, oh, deficient na ba to? So if it was maintained well, if it was monitored, you know that it will that structural deficiencies, it will be present and you need to retrofit it. Eh pwede
Oh,
namang gawin ng
opo.
retrofit ng utay-utay. So I think hindi po siya na monitor yung um how it is na parang ito na lang bigla na lang babagsak therefore sara. Eh dapat
Opo.
po kung ganun eh dapat gumawa ka muna ng mitigating. Meron ka bang ibang traffic management plan? How do you cross it? So I think personally, no, it's not the design of the structure, but how it was maintained that made it now a problem.
Opo, yun nga po kasi nakakalungkot po na ating mga kababayan sa Samar and
Oo
Leyte
nga.
nagkakaroon po ng problem, no, ma'am. Opo, so doon po siguro ito ay opener po sa ating civil engineering students na napakalaki po ng role nila
Yeah.
po, no, kapag sila ay naging civil engineers na, no,
Mm-mm.
kasi affected po yung goods, 'di ba, delivery of services kasi hindi lang po 'yan isang bridge, 'di ba po? Kasi pag travelers tayo, iniisip na ay bridge lang naman 'yan. Pero 'di ba po kapag doon ka nakatira, affected ang kabuhayan, tama po ba? And then ma'am, may question po ulit si Ma'am Isabel. Bukod po sa nami-miss niya na rin daw po yung
Oo
campus
nga eh.
natin, Ma'am Isabel, we would like to invite you also po sa PUP at sa aming office sa Alumni Relations. And then ang question po niya, how do you prepare for the Hersey Big One earthquake? They say meron yata dyan fault line. Sa
Yeah,
Taguig
yeah.
po itong may fault line. Tama po ba?
Meron. It's a
Paano daw
long
po?
it's a long C5. It's a long C5. Um you can't prepare. I mean, we just follow the code, no? We just follow the code because obviously there's no infrastructure that can be put in place to prepare for the big one, no? Unlike tidal waves put in. I mean, like the big waves you put in barriers, but the earthquake is not. But we put in place in every buildings we require seismograph that now says that monitors activity, no? That monitors activity so that we know at least knowledge prior prepares you for the what's gonna happen, no? So and if you can see the buildings that are in place nearby kasi kaya nga siya naka-zoning kung saan where the fault line is, that's not where the tall buildings are located. These are the medium size, no? So that's a way to, prepare for it. In the same manner as kanina, I showed that where the lowest elevation, yung sa contour, is where we place the drainage catchment area. So yon. So the preparation is equip everybody, equip the building, equip the estate with knowledge of when it is coming. The preparation also is for the citizen, not just to protect the building, but we are always on the ground and we are always having this information and town halls with the residents on where they will go in case of the big one. So saan ba kami nakalugar? Dito kami sa Manila Golf. Yung segment na to dito sa Manila Golf. Yung segment
Opo.
na to sa American Memorial. It's the preparation of the residents more than the preparation of the infrastructure that we have put in place.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. At mabuti nga po ang BGC, meron isang Engineer Belmonte, di ba po? And proud na proud nga po kami na PUP yan. Syempre po yan.
Pero hindi lang
So
po ako
meron
yun.
pa po,
Marami po
ay,
kami.
opo, syempre po, team. Yes, it's a
I'm part
team
of a
po. Member
team.
po.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Opo. Meron pa po ba tayong question? Yeah. Kung wala na po tayong question, maybe we can go to the awarding of our certificate of recognition to Engineer Belmonte. Sir Kenneth, kindly flash. Ayan. Let me read po the citation. Office of the Vice President for Student Affairs and Services, Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. This certificate of recognition is hereby given to Engineer Rosella L. Belmonte in grateful recognition of her invaluable contribution as a resource speaker for the Balik Sinta webinar series held on June 11, 2025 via Zoom. Her expertise and insights have significantly contributed to the success of this event and have greatly enriched the knowledge of the participants. Her dedication in sharing knowledge and contributing to the academic and professional growth of the stakeholders of the Sintang Paaralan is deeply appreciated. Signed by Engineer Florinda H. Oquindo, the Director of the Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. At the same time, she is the Assistant to the Vice President for Student Affairs and Services, and of course, signed as well by our VP for Student Affairs and Services, Sir Tomas O. Testor, MPA. So, Sir Kenneth, maybe you can flash our picture yesterday. Yan po. So, for our audience po, so nauna po yung aming pagbibigay ng recognition kay ma'am kahapon kasi she visited po our office and sabi nga po niya kanina, she had a tour po. Ang tour guide po niya ay si President Muhi. 'Di ba po? Ang gwapo po ng tour guide ni Ma'am. Ayan, presidente po ng PUP. Yan po. Ito rin po yung aming picture sharing with everyone our picture yesterday when we met Ma'am Seya's husband as well, and then one of our regents po, Sir Ronald, if I am correct, and then of course Engineer Florindo was there to award the certificate. Yan po, ma'am. And again, thank you po. And of course, Sir Kenneth, maybe we will also flash the evaluation link, the evaluation form for our participants. Please answer po our evaluation form. And then maybe while they are doing that, we can have a picture taking, Sir Kenneth. Tama po ba? Apo, sorry, Ma'am May. Ma'am May will do the screenshot. So, titingin lang ba kami, Ma'am May? Okay. Please smile daw po. Marami po atang slides kasi tayo po'y 100. Okay na ba, Ma'am May? Okay. Isa pa daw po. Smile.